seen testimony from his supervisor at PricewaterhouseCoopers, all detailing how great of a person he was. He was a benefit to the community. So that's what the state is doing. So that we call that aggravating evidence for the defendant. They want to show the jury that Ms. Geiger took away someone who was deserving of still being here, someone who never should have had this happen to. So that's what they want to do. They're pulling out the emotional heartstrings of the jury.
Pretty effective.
Effectively, what the defense is trying to do is they're trying to provide mitigating factors. They haven't really gotten into it yet because we're still going through the state's evidence. But they're trying to get them on rebuttal and trying to minimize the damage. I don't know if they're effectively doing that. Oh, also another thing, they had Sergeant, I believe it was Sergeant Watson, or Ms. Geiger, CRT supervisor.
I don't know how you got there.
His testimony was important because it shows that her propensity of telling the truth, her propensity for mendacity is in question because she lied about an issue that he had referred to internal affairs a few years back when it came to a handcuffed suspect actually fleeing away from her not reporting it to her supervisor. So when she takes the stand, the jury's going to take that into account. Can we actually listen to her testimony and find the truth? So, I mean, it's character evidence that's really going to hurt her going forward. I mean, they have a tough road. Going into today after the verdict was rendered, we thought that her defense counsel should be able to effectively convey to the jury that she didn't deserve a maximum sentence. It's still going to be tough to get that 99 years. I'm sure the state's going to ask for it because they're hitting her pretty hard with this evidence. But I know we opined before, and a few other folks said that she might have a 5 to 10 year sentence.
5 to 10 years.
It's going to add some more years to that, I suppose. So. And it which also goes
they
to
don't riot.
Bill bond or not.
Maybe not.
Right?
Well, no, we know
she won't
not.
be able to get it. Oh, yeah, right. That law
We
changed.
haven't talked about that.
Yeah, that law changed.
There was a change in the law. Explain to folks this change in the law that everybody in the legal community is finding out about today, it seems like.
Right, so the change occurred in 2017. So typically, if a person would have had a sentence under 10 years, they would have had the ability to get an appeal bond in which they would not be taken into custody and they could wait out their appeal within the comfort of their own home. That law changed in 2017, so she will not be afforded that opportunity. So, at the end of this punishment proceeding, she's going to have to go, be taken into custody, and she's going to have to wait out her appeal while in custody, which is a complete difference of what the standard used to be. I don't know why the Texas legislature made that change in 2017, but they did, and we're seeing this being played out with Ms. Geiger. She won't be afforded that ability to go home like other defendants have in the past.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that nobody seemed to know about it until today. I mean, everybody I talked to really thought that was
the
the
big
rule.
guy still here?
Somewhere along the line, well, we know it
the one of
changed
Dr.
in
Persuasion.
January 1st of 2017. There was a change
Right.
made. Maybe it's just because typically in murder cases and cases of this type, you wouldn't typically get less than 10 years.
MCK.
So it's not really an issue that arises that often.
It doesn't really arise.
Everything they do take
In
long.
murder cases, folks don't get less than 10 years. I mean, think about it. They've already proven that it was an intentional murder. There was there was mixed race involved there. So typically, you see folks, they don't even get close to getting a sentence under 10 years. But with this situation, you have an officer that's been considered because she's been classified as someone who has been a credit to the community in the past. So I think we just readily assumed that it was a possibility that she would get a sentence under 10 years. So that's why we thought about it. But ultimately, and it's always hard to keep up with legislative changes of the legislative landscape. So a lot of times that slips past a lot of attorneys. But here, I think we're educating folks right now. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day, like covering this case is almost like a CLE, continuing legal education course, because we're picking up on small little nuances that only would come up in a case like this.
Right, mistake of fact, and these issues that we wouldn't normally talk about.
Or the issue of her possibly raising this defense of what is the defense? I'll read it from the statute. At the punishment stage of a trial, the defendant may raise the issue as to whether he or she caused the death under the immediate influence of sudden passion arising from an adequate cause. What's important about that is if the defendant proves the issue in the affirmative by preponderance of the evidence, the offense is a felony of the second degree. So, I mean, if they can effectively raise this issue we might see the punishment get pushed back down to a second-degree felony, which would make her eligible for probation.
But who would make that decision?
The jury would. The jury would make that decision. And from what we've seen, this jury is
probation.
They're pretty gung-ho.
If they wanted to go as a second degree, they could have gone.
They could have done that. Yeah, they could have done that during guilt or innocence. But you know, you never know with these punishment phase.
But dude,
that's why it's part of
probation
statute. You know, it's still a caveat there for defendants.
We go from 99 years to going home like 6 9.
Prison. So I don't think the legislature would have put that in there if it wasn't a possibility. It's going to be.
That shouldn't even be in the conversation. Probation.
It's still a possibility. You're going to see our defense team try and use that argument going forward.
What do you think the key factors were that made the jury go, okay, she's guilty of murder? What were the things that made them say, okay, this is the appropriate conviction?
It's really hard to say. I don't know what they were deliberating on back in the jury room. But I'll say this, I mean, the state's argument was just compelling. I think it was more compelling than the defense. You know, typically the defense, they just have to poke holes in the state.
You don't like it?
They don't have to really provide some,
I can't tell the fucking difference.
A piece of evidence that will, save their client, because ultimately the burden is on the state. But I think what the state was able to do with their fabulous prosecutors is they're able to really paint Ms. Geiger as someone not deserving of leniency. Right? I mean, Mr. John was in his home.
I started getting that when I couldn't get out.
Thursday night watching football, and he was murdered in cold blood. We can call it murder now because she's convicted of it, right?
She's convicted.
And I think really, you saw Jason Herman's kind of just nail this point on the wall. That's inexcusable. There's nothing that you can say to excuse that. You know, she tried to use this whoops defense, which was the mistake of fact. I just think the jurors, they came to the conclusion that that's not good enough.
Not at all.
You know, we got to be safe in our own home. So I think that's really what it is.
What is the running time? What is the running time?
In fact,
7:17.
had the castle doctrine kind of turned on its head.
We're going to do part 3 because the bitch still ain't. I mean, the bitch still ain't going to trial yet.
For one,
so we'll be back with part 3.
And they might have worked it all the way
through
the
sentencing phase.
At the end of the day, these issues are nebulous and confused.